Beautiful family, we're bringing you today a 10-minute follow-along routine that's going to mobilize your whole body. It can be your warm-up, it can serve as your morning routine to check in with the body, see how you're feeling. Are you feeling tight? Is it a day to work on strength? Check it out, try it out, let us know how we went. And also, here are the winners of the last giveaway. And by the way, if you're a part of the SM Academy, you're going to find this routine under the Cosmic Flow section. And without further ado, let's get to practice. Welcome to another Cosmic Flow. What we're going to be doing today is to move our spine and working our way down our legs. We'll have some balance challenges there. And let's get right to it. We have 8 exercises, and we're going to be doing them one after the other, 50 seconds on each exercise, and we have 10 seconds in between just to set ourselves up for the next one. So we'll start with the first one. This is going to be the cat-cow. You've probably seen it already in the academy. I'm just going to show you the exercises, have a demo to know what to expect. But I'm going to be giving you further details as we're doing it, since this is a follow-along video. So you can just play it, follow along. It's 10 minutes, so it could be done as a warm-up first thing in the morning, just to tune into your body, see how you're feeling, any lines of tension that you're feeling that particular day or in that moment. And let's get it started. So first one, cat-cow. You already are familiar with it. So we're going to be working on that extension of the whole spine, looking up, and from there we're going to transition into a spinal flexion, making it as round as possible. If you have a tendency to get in that anterior pelvic tilt, most likely your back is not going to be that rounded, but just try it. Your effort is going to pay if you work on that compression, I can promise you that. So this is cat-cow, that's going to be the first one. And if you are able to isolate each piece of your spine, you could try the segmented cat-cow. And you would start by first find your neutral. So flexion, extension, neutral. This is pretty neutral there. And what you would do is either start from the top, from your cervical, or from down your lumbar, and you start flexing only that part that you're targeting. So if we target our lumbar, that would look something like this. And from there, I want to transition into the thoracic. So I would keep flexing, 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 and then get into the cervical, and you would have that full flexion. Same thing for extension. So that would be the version of segmented cat-cow. Second exercise that we have right after cat-cows is going to be diagonal reaches. Now this one, easiest variation that you can get into is just bending your knees 90 degrees, and reach towards the same side. But, the same side. If you have your right leg is on the back, you're going to twist to the left until you reach it, or until you get close to it. If you're here, that's fine. Just aim for that twist, twisting from the spine. If you can open up your hips, amazing. You're going to be working on that diagonal line of stretch and open up that hip and extending your spine into one side. We'll do holds, 30-second hold here, and then just hover on top of it, hold it there a little bit, and then we're going to switch to the other side. If this is too easy for you, you can elevate that knee, and you'll definitely make it more challenging. Not hard enough, you keep that leg extended, and you go towards that side. We'll stick to the first one for this video. Next exercise, we have the forward fold plus an elevation. So we would get into forward fold, go down, as far as you can reach. If it's here, perfect. If not, if it's here, okay. So we'll work from here and transition into a tuck L-sit elevation right here, just for 1 second, and then go back into that forward fold, tuck, go back, forward fold, tuck. Next one, we have the twisted bridge. So we've been flexing the spine on the previous one. Now we're gonna be extending. Now the bridge pose or exercise you've heard of, it's pretty much this one, emphasizing that posterior and pelvic tilt. And what we're gonna add to it is a reach towards this side diagonally. So we're gonna go to one side, boom, and we're gonna switch to the other. Now, notice that when I'm switching, when I'm transitioning, my thoracic is kind of rounded, and that's to make this transition easier when you go from one side to the other. Let's go to the next one. Half kneeling reaches. So as we're done with the bridge, we're gonna go into a half kneeling. So pretty much a lunge position, but down. And from here, we're gonna be stepping in different angles, opening up our hips. So we would go forward. Now, in terms of pelvic tilt, leave it at neutral. Don't emphasize a posterior or a crazy anterior. I'm slightly towards the anterior, so I kind of tuck it in a little bit so I can feel that deep stretch on my hip flexors. So we'll go one side, then we can go towards this side, or with abduction, adduction, touching different angles, but make it organic as you feel that day. Next one, quadruped single limb raises. So we've been touching on the spine, the hips. Now we're gonna involve our torso a little more by getting into this position, quadrupedal, tabletop, bear crawl. This one, just standing on your limbs and tucked here. And what we're gonna be doing is raising one limb at a time. So we'll go here, you can raise it here if you want, and just getting a feeling of those weight transfers going from your core. Your core is at the core of your body. That's why it's called core. And every time that you raise or that you weight shift, that force is gonna be passing through your core, transferring all the information or the balance and proprioception from one side of the body to the other. And from there, we're gonna go to a single leg balance. So very simple. We're gonna stand on one leg for 1 minute. If this is fine, if you wanna challenge more your hip flexors, you can raise it, you can extend it here, but just here is fine. Work on that balance. If that's too easy, close your eyes, and it instantaneously will become harder. And after that, we're gonna go into shaking. So we've been releasing some tension, moving our body. Now we're gonna end up with a high vibratory exercise followed by a stillness. And you're gonna see instantaneously the contrast of movement and stillness. So shaking, shake just however you want. Just shake it down, bounce, whatever you feel like doing that day, as if nobody was watching. So just shake it out, 2 minutes, and then we're gonna get into our stillness part. On the stillness, you can sit in seiza, just like this, or cross-legged, or just find a comfortable position that doesn't require you to move or to change or to focus more on that uncomfortable position rather than the vibrations that are happening inside your body. So let's get it started. We're gonna start with the cat-cow. So ready, get set up, and we're gonna get into it in 3, 2, 1, and we're going to start by flexing. So flex your spine, exhaling, and go into flexion. You can start by moving all your spine as a unit, kind of like you have something in the middle of it, in the center, pulling you upwards and then pushing you down. Good. You can also breathe in, inhale as you flex, and exhale as you extend it. Okay, we have 10 more seconds. For those that are doing the segmentation, you can take your time on each section and just go with a 2-minute set instead of a 1 minute. Let's go into diagonal reaches. So we're gonna go right foot front, and we're gonna twist towards our right. Then we're gonna go to the same side. We're gonna do 30 seconds here. Doing little pulses. Not very ballistic per se, but just getting a feeling of how you're feeling on that side. Then let's switch. Good. Observe those lines of tension. In this case, it's a very pronounced diagonal line they're going to find, and just push from it. And 2, 1. Let's get into the forward fold, plus the elevation, the tuck L-sit, or tuck sit elevation. So forward fold, plant your arms, hands, and elevate. Hold it, forward fold, and get into the tuck. Depress your scapula, pull it away from your ears, and breathe. Forward fold. Well, we're almost finishing this one. Depress your scapula. 3, 2, 1, and let's get in the twisted bridge. So set yourself up, extend your hips, and reach towards one side, and transition to the other. Make sure you breathe. And you might be slacking on that hip extension as you focus more on the reaches, so be mindful of it. Keep extending, twisting, and extending those hips, and we're done. Let's switch. Go into half kneeling reaches. So we start with the right, and we're gonna step forward and reach forward. Back, step to an angle. Now with your arms, you can put them wherever you like. Could be either forward, overhead, just whatever you feel. And one more. And let's switch. Let's do the other side. Forward. See, right here feels good. Nice. Back, let's see there. You can also shift your pelvis. Seeing where twisting one side. That's good. And let's go to the next one. So we're gonna go with a quadruped position. And we'll start raising one limb at a time. So let's go. Get in your neutral position and just raise. And try to keep that core tight. Your structure should not be rocking back and forth or from one side to the other. So right there, keep it stable. Now we've been stretching, doing some rotations. Now we want to stabilize everything. Keep those scapulas protracted. Don't sink in. Keep them protracted. Not flexed, not a spinal flexion, but a protraction there. Good. Almost there. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's go into single leg balance. We're going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And lift. Stay there. You might be breathing heavy a little bit, making the balance a little more challenging. Feel that. And also feel those toes moving, activating your whole foot. And let's switch. And that's when you're going to notice the differences on one side of the body and the other. Which one do you tend to use more? Which one is more dominant? Hey, see, got myself up there. And the rebalancing. So good. Now let's do 2 minutes of shaking. So let's go with it. Shake it out. Move organically, freely. Nobody's watching. Just go for it. And if they're watching, who cares? Let's do it. Might be bouncy. Might go from one side to the other, twisting, emptying those arms. Just tiny, tiny contractions. And relaxations right after. You might feel like you're shaking for an eternity. It's only been 40 seconds. But what's interesting about this one is that you're gonna feel like you could have shaken just a little more. And you're gonna feel that in the stillness part. There's also no tempo, no breathing pattern. It's time to relax and shake. You can try different patterns too. And have fun with it. See what you can create there. But if not, just improvise. So don't pick the movement, just let it go through you. Almost there. And it's time to stay still. So keep your eyes closed. Just stand comfortably. And start noticing your breath. And the tingling sensation that you're feeling? Is it more on your arms, fingers? You feel it at all in your core? How about your feet? You might feel also hot with the warmth coming from inside you. It's all that energy that you've created. You can actually now feel it moving through your body as you're staying still. And now you can either stay here in this position for as long as you want, and we're going to be leaving you free to choose if you want to finish it here or you want to stay observing and feeling. And with that being said, it's been a pleasure to practice with you. And if you're staying still, I'll be leaving right now. So enjoy your practice and much love. Beautiful family, we're bringing you today a 10-minute mobility. Estoy mal, eh? Estoy mal. And you can find this one. Me quedé ahí. And
this is the number one blooper.
Okay. This is the one. This is the one. Oh, this section. Okay. We got it. We got it. I already said that. Cosmic flow. Section. Again, last one. Beautiful family. Oh, you're checking me out from there, like. Right. You can check out the academy. You can become a member if you want. If you want. It would be a great idea to include bloopers at the end. The family will appreciate that. Beautiful family, we're bringing you today a 10-minute follow-along routine that's gonna mobilize your whole body